Oh my gosh. Is he there? Darren Till.
Yo.
Are you there?
Yo.
Oh, this is unbelievable. You are a gent. Oh my gosh, Darren. I would have, Darren, we've talked to GSP. We've talked to TJ Dillashaw, Rose Namajunas, Gegard Mousasi, all on the show today. I would have gone home so depressed if I didn't speak to you this afternoon. I would have been so sad after what you did on Saturday. I was telling my producer, this day has been the worst day of my career. I was so mad, and you come through. I love you, Darren Till. Way to go.
All the time, brother.
Oh my God. And I'm sorry. I'm gonna send. Did you call us or did we call you here? What happened?
No, bro, I called you, but don't worry at all about that. I would have called you from the start. You just needed to tell me. I would have definitely called you guys.
I didn't want you to pay. Oh my! What happened to your phone?
You remember last time when you spoke to me and it was the cracked screen? I think my phone's just on its way out, but I'm just too lazy to buy a new one. I just need to buy one now.
Oh my gosh! Now, I think you won on Saturday. You beat Donald Cerrone. It's time for a new phone, my friend. You deserve it.
Yeah. I think I do deserve a phone after beating a legend like Cerrone, so I'm going to buy one.
Okay, so let's talk about it because we don't have a lot of time to waste here. I don't want to keep you on forever.
Yeah.
2 days later, okay. Darren, you have a performance like that. You go through a legend. You called it and then some. In my opinion, you exceeded your own expectations that you put out there. I mean, that was a star-making performance. Dana White is calling you the future. Everyone's talking about you. What's it like 2 days later? Does it feel like your life has changed?
No, Ariel, I've visualized this for a long time now, and I'm just living in the moment. I'm not taking anything for granted. There's just one thing I do know is that if MMA will not be the same when I've finished with it. I know I'm going to take over this whole game. I know that for a fact.
What was it like just being a part of the event as the main event, the headlining act? Like all eyes are on you. This was your show. This was your opportunity to take that step. Like the whole experience last week in Poland. What was that like for you? Was it like you dreamed of?
Yeah, it was incredible. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it many times when I've been training. I've seen it many times when I've been sleeping. It was incredible. It was such an opportunity. Cowboy gave me the opportunity. He did not need to give me that opportunity, and he did. And, it wasn't the best decision from himself because, he didn't know me when he took this fight. But the thing with me is when you might not know me, but when you get in that cage against me and you look across and I'm standing there, you know that it's fucking real and my confidence is real. And as soon as he stepped in the cage Saturday, I knew that he was a broken man and I knew that he was mine. He was mine. He was in my world because my confidence is not fake. It's 100% real, and that's what it is.
How did you know that he was broken?
He just walked in the cage. He wasn't the Cowboy I've seen fight Bobby Lawler. He wasn't the Cowboy I've seen fight all these years. He looked at me and he could just see a 24-year-old monster in front of him. He was trying to make himself get hyped while he was in the cage. I could see him walking around, and I'm just standing across him, just looking and smiling and just confident that I was going to take him out in a few minutes. And I just knew, mate.
It's weird because when I saw him as well and he didn't cut his hair, I just kind of felt like he was kind of going through the motions as well. I didn't have the same experience that you did, standing next to him, but it didn't feel like he was incredibly motivated for this fight. And even what he was saying about you before, and I know that's kind of his MO, but I felt like he was just kind of going through the motions. You got that impression as well?
Yeah, at the end of the day, Ariel, he's been around for a long time, and what does he expect? Does he expect to just keep fighting and beating guys and, beating kids like me? I am a kid at the end of the day. Everyone keeps calling me a kid, and I am a kid, but I'm different. And you can't come into the cage with the attitude you do against other guys, what he has done. I'm different. I'm not there. I'm not here in this. I'm not in this fucking world to mess about. And if you give me the opportunity, I'll do what I've done on Saturday to Cowboy. My past few fights, people said I look too relaxed. I'm, playing too many games. And it's true. I was not playing any games with Cowboy Saturday, and my next competitor will be a top competitor, and I will not play games, and I will not play games with the champion when I knock him out.
I know you were confident going into the fight, but was it almost easier than you expected it to be?
It's never easy, Ariel. It's just what I state. I know I am the greatest fighter on planet Earth, so when I beat all these guys who they say are the best, it doesn't come as a surprise to me, because I know I'm the best, and it's very simple. It's as simple as that. I keep saying it, and it just keeps coming true, and it'll just keep coming true, because I know I am the greatest fighter alive. I know this.
There's no denying that, like, you jumped over a lot of guys by fighting Cerrone, now beating Cerrone. Is, like, when you were envisioning your career, and I know you're exuding confidence, you're oozing confidence, 24 years old now, headlining a show, doing what you did to Cerrone, Dana calling you the future. Is this sooner than you expected?
It is, Ariel, I have to say, it is sooner than I expected. I know one other guy, in Conor McGregor who rose so fast. I think he had like 3 fights and then was main eventing in his hometown. And, there's not many other guys who've had fights like me. I've only had 4 fights in the UFC, and then I was main eventing in my 5th. So, it did come very soon, but it's not what I didn't expect. Like, Cerrone was saying that he had more performances of the night than I've got fights, but has he looked at how many fights I've had before MMA? Because I've had probably more fights before MMA than he's had fights in his life, and that's the truth. So, it's only what I've envisioned.
So not only was the performance amazing, but the post-fight stuff was equally as entertaining. You call out Mike Perry right away. Like, you didn't even allow yourself to enjoy the moment. Why did you go straight to Perry? Why did you get so worked up about the guy?
Well, I didn't worked up. I don't care about Perry. I don't give a fuck about anyone. They're all worked up about me. The thing is, they're all trying to hype themselves. I could see in Perry's eyes, he's trying to hype himself for me. I don't give a fuck about him. I'll get in that cage and I'll fucking shut his lights straight out. And I respect Perry. This is the thing. We're hyping this fight. I respect the guy. He comes to fight. He's a fucking good fighter. But, he said that Calby was going to beat me on Twitter, and I said he wasn't. We went back and forth a bit. And I didn't even call him out because he's matched to fight Santiago, so I'm not going to call him out. He needs to get past Santiago, a guy I want to fight, who I think is one of the best guys in the UFC welterweight division. But, I just said that, you talk shit, and I'm going to say your name. He jumped up on the cage, and then I just went over to him and, just let him know that my presence is there. You all doubted me. Every motherfucker doubted me, and now they're all tweeting about me. So, it is what it is.
What were you guys saying to each other when you were yelling at each other through the cage? It was incredibly entertaining, as I said, but what were you actually saying? Do you remember?
Well, I was just telling him that he's a lightweight and he needs to get in his own division. Don't be coming in this welterweight division that I rule already, because I ain't no welterweight. I'm a light heavyweight fighting at welterweight. Just get back to your division and stop trying to make a fight with me, because I'll shut his lights straight out. And, he was saying that no one's hit me like he's hit me. And, he's giving back what he's getting said. We're both just going back and forth, which was fun. I enjoyed it. He's a crazy guy. I love it.
It was phenomenal. It was incredibly entertaining. By the way, how much do you weigh? Like, on fight night, how much did you weigh?
90 kilos.
90 kilos. What is that? Do you know what that is? In I'm gonna do that right now.
About 200 pounds.
Holy smokes, 200 pounds. That's insane. 190. Yeah.
I ain't no welterweight. I'm a light heavyweight fighting in the welterweight. It should be illegal what I'm doing. The UFC should ban it, but they can't, because I do it naturally and I do it professionally, and no one can do a fucking thing about it. So fuck them all.
How's the weight cut?
Well, I had a glass of Coke before, so what do you think? It was easy.
How do you do that? How do you cut so much weight, and how do you gain it all back?
Just the week of the fight, Ariel. I see every other fighter moping around, doing 20 minutes on the treadmill and jumping off, saying to the coaches they're tired. The week of the fight, Ariel, I was still training 3 hours a day. I was training in the morning, I was training at night, I was cutting that weight. My coach is the best coach in the world. He's so scientific with everything, and he keeps me grounded, and that's how I made the weight. I didn't even have to sauna this time. I literally cut the weight training hard the night before.
Do you think eventually you'll move up to 185?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to move up to 185, and then I'm going to go to light heavyweight. I've got plans, and that's what I'm going to do. Conor took Storm. He took the feather. He took the lightweight. People might take this as arrogance now, Ariel, and it's not arrogance. It's just confidence in me. And I know I'm going to take every division higher than me by storm. I know this. I can see it already. Wow.
That is. So what do you think? Okay, so now you're a welterweight. What do you think is next? What do you feel like is the next move for you?
I just two things there. I just want to wait for what the UFC give me and Dana. Obviously, I want to make a lot of money with the UFC, and I want to make them a lot of money. but I would really like them to bring it to my hometown, Liverpool, where it's never been.
Yeah. Echo Arena, right? That's what you want?
Yeah, I want the Echo Arena. I think Dana thinks that his best atmosphere was in Dublin. I think the Echo Arena will top that twice.
Have you talked to Dana since the fight?
No, I just seen his post on Instagram, which I was truly inspired by. You know, him calling me the future. You know, he's the boss of the UFC. He's the president. You know, but I haven't spoke to him. You know, hopefully he reaches out and we'll have a chat. You know,
who's the perfect opponent for Echo Arena, for the debut Echo Arena? You headlining, Darren Till headlining, Liverpool's own. The Scouser comes home. Who's the perfect opponent? Who do you dream of fighting there?
If Mike Perry gets past Santiago, me and him can get it on at the Echo. But you know, I just think a guy who brings it, Ariel, a guy who doesn't want to be a boring fighter. You know, there's many boring fighters in the division. A guy who comes to actually try and kill someone in that cage, knock someone clean out. If a guy comes like that to fight with me, and I come with the same mentality, you can only expect, you know, fight of the year. Everyone thought that me and Cowboy were going to be fight of the year. I knew he wasn't, because I knew I was going to kill him straight away, knock him straight out, and that's what I did. But you know, I need a tougher competitor. I need someone who's very strong at welterweight, because I am too big for these welterweights. So Mike Perry's fighting in December. Are you going to wait for that fight to see what you're going to do next? Do you want to take the rest of the year off and then you'll have to wait several months after that? What are you thinking? Or is it possible that I believe.
Go ahead.
I believe that what my coaches told me was true. This year I've had a, you know, active year. They think I need to rest now, which is true. So yeah, I'm going to see Christmas out. I want to see what happens with Santiago and Perry. I believe Santiago beats Perry, because I believe Santiago is one of the best guys in the welterweight division. And you know, Perry beat them. Hats off. You know, good luck to him. I hope they both come off with a good fight. But I'll wait and see what happens. But the UFC could ask me to fight Christmas now, and who am I to turn them down? You know, my debut, Ariel, I said, you know, I came in 9 days' notice. They didn't have a main event for Cowboy. I said I'll be main event. If they ask me again, I will say yes.
Are you hoping that they remove Santiago from that fight and that you get put in there?
If they do, I'll definitely do it, mate. I'll shut Perry straight out first round. Simple as that.
I would love that fight. By the way, I got to ask you about this. Colby Covington tweeted, "I've changed my mind about Darren Till. He's no longer a complete nobody. He's been upgraded to nobody." What do you make of Colby Covington and what he's been saying?
I just laugh, Ariel. It's funny, you know. Colby's a good guy. He's a good guy, but he needs to worry about Damian Maia, because that guy, after me, is the best welterweight in the division. So Colby needs to stop worrying about me and worry about Damian. But I laugh, Ariel. None of these tweets get to me. I just laugh. I don't give two fucking shits.
Speaking of people coming after you, it seems like some people accusing you of steroids. I saw you addressing these people. What's up with that?
That's what happens, Ariel, when you work hard as a motherfucker. People accuse you of taking steroids. So, you know, I hope that you saw the turn up at my door every day, because the only thing I'm eating is donuts.
Are you back in Liverpool?
Yeah, I'm back in Liverpool right now.
What's the scene like? How are you received back home?
I can't move in the city. Everyone's just supporting me. It's so overwhelming. Photos, you know, people saying how much they think I'm going to be champion. That's why I really want to bring the UFC to my hometown. The support I'm receiving.
Is it like a little overwhelming, all this happening to you? You know, overnight you've become the sensation. I see everyone talking about you.
Yeah, it's overwhelming, but it's not that I can't handle it. You know, a lot of people always say, how are you dealing with the pressure? If I couldn't deal with the pressure, I would just not fight. As a fighter, you don't need to fight. You need to be able to handle everything: pressure, media obligations, fans coming up to you when you're having food to take photos. You need to handle all this shit. I can handle everything that's thrown at me. I might be 24, but I haven't got the head of a 24-year-old.
How old do you think you'll be when you fight for your first UFC title?
25, 26.
25, 26. Okay, so in a year and a half.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you ever get that beer with Donald afterwards? I saw you guys greeting each other. You went up to him. I thought it was very classy. Did you ever get to drink with him?
No, I didn't. He went off to the hospital, and then he went straight to his room, which, you know, he's probably down. But I'm definitely going to see Donald in the future sometime, and I just want to buy the guy a beer. The guy gave me the biggest opportunity in my life. You know, he didn't need to give that to me. Donald is who he is. I'm a fan of Donald, and, you know, fighting's fighting, but every fighter, doesn't matter if it's Donald Cerrone, Mike Perry, whoever, I respect every fighter, and I respect Donald.
Great stuff, Darren. I'm so happy that you came on. You have no idea. I really appreciate you going the extra mile. I hope that you get that phone fixed soon, my friend, and just so impressed. I'm blown away by what you did on Saturday and how you've handled yourself. The UFC has a new star. You are the future, my friend. Enjoy it, and looking forward to what's next for you.
Thank you very much for having me on the show, Ariel. Take care.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. There he is, the one and only Darren Till stopping by. What a mensch. What a gent. What a class act. Goes the extra mile to be on the program.